full body workout. It's definitely hit up all your leg muscles, so your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, and it will hit up your core as well. The basic things you want to think about is keeping your core nice and tight, which is your abdominal area, your low back, and your glutes, so that's your core. And as you sit back, push our bum back, sit down at about a 90-degree angles, making sure our knees don't travel over our toes. And we're gonna stand up nice and tall, squeezing the cheeks. So this kind of is my reminder before I get to the squat rack. And so a lot of times I'll do a little warm up beforehand, and I'll start with the goblet squat. And so as this weight comes forward, I have to put a little bit more pressure into my abs. Now I have to really make sure I'm tight. If not, I start to slump forward. Now I know my lats aren't engaged. Okay, so I bring them back and down, put them in my back pockets. Elbows are gonna be in. I'm gonna sit, bring my elbows between my knees, between my legs. Okay, and I'm gonna go right back up. So all those things that we talked about earlier, all applied. Now we just add this weight in the front. Okay, so as we get under the bar, you hear people talk about, it's a common term in lifting, it's called bending the bar. And all that really is bringing those lats back and down. And so you think about bending that bar over your back, but it's all about bringing those lats into play here. Okay, so that's gonna be your big stabilizer in your back. I keep repeating that. That does get annoying. Okay, and that bracing, so drawing it down. Can I inflate this area in here so it's nice and tight? I don't want to suck it in. It's almost the opposite of what people think. So I'm gonna blow out. So this is nice and tight. Okay, so draw down, blow my air out, draw my rib cage down, blow out here. So now I fill up my obliques, my transverse abdominis. Okay, shoulder blades are gonna go back and down before I even get in there. So as I step in, I'm gonna pull myself in so I can engage those lats. Okay, as I stand up, I got my breathing in, and I have my glutes contracted right here. Okay, so I'll step back, and everything's gonna stay nice and tight. Just sit between my feet, and right back up. Okay, so this is gonna be the very beginning of it all. It takes the leverage out of it all. So all you're gonna do is bring your hip up off the ground. So you can have your hand on here, you can have your hand straight up in here, it really doesn't matter. I sometimes put it on my oblique to feel it working. So as I come up, okay, if people have troubles doing that, we'll try to hold for about 30 seconds. If they can't do that, we'll do a little hip touch. Come back up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. And we'll do it again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can do like a set of 10 there, you know. So the next set, if they're a little bit better, we can open up that range of motion just a little bit more leverage. Okay, so this will be the second one. So now we extend the top leg. Okay, the bottom leg does most of that work. Okay. Now we just have a little bit more leverage here. And it's the same idea. You know, if they can't do that for very long, you bring them back down. Bring them back up. Okay, hold it, bring it back down, bring it back up. If they can hold it there after a bit, that works out really well too. Okay. And so for the final one, well, there's 2 more. If they're not very stable for whatever reason, you can have their feet split. Okay. So there's another one here. And then once you're all done with that one, next step is feet stacked on top of each other. Now you have less of a base, and you're gonna bring that hip right back up again. You're gonna hold it. And make it a little more challenging. It is hard to like go up and down too. So that is a challenging one. Just like a little barely hip touch. You're not gonna rest, but you can come back up, a little hip touch, and right back up. And then you can always do these funny things too, where you can bring your knee up, right? You can bring it out, try to make that leg nice and straight. Put this leg, the top leg on the ground, up, and you're gonna bring that bottom leg up. Okay. So there's other ways to like play with it.